So this week I'm going to try and recreate the exploding chocolate bar that Adolf Hitler tried to use to kill Winston Churchill. So during World War II, Adolf Hitler's regime tried to concoct a devious plan to assassinate Winston Churchill with exploding chocolate bars. The idea was an explosive device was covered with real chocolate and packaged to look like the real thing. So when someone snaps off a piece of chocolate from the bar, the explosive would detonate and kill everyone trying to indulge in a bit of a sweet treat. It's quite well known that Winston Churchill had a sweet tooth. So the story goes that German agents living in England during World War II planned to leave their chocolate bombs in the dining area of the war cabinet rooms. So since January, I've cooked sheep's head, I've cooked all Bambi's internal organs into a pie, so I really just wanted to try something I know to be edible. Minus the explosive. Obviously I can't make this chocolate actually explosive, not without going on some kind of MI5 watch list. But I'm going to make something as close as I can get whilst we look at how Adolf Hitler tried to assassinate Winston Churchill with chocolate. So to kick us off, we're going to temper some chocolate. So here I've got 300 grams of chocolate in a bowl over a bain-marie, and we're going to slowly melt this over a bare simmer. So the story goes that German agents who were living in England during World War II were planning to assassinate Winston Churchill by essentially leaving an explosive chocolate bar in the dining room at the war cabinet. Winston Churchill was known for his sweet tooth amongst other indulgences, and there was a theory that they could take down Winston Churchill and potentially other members of the British High Command. But in the spring of 1943, British spies intercepted the plot, and they alerted one of MI5's intelligence chiefs, Lord Victor Rothschild. And when Lord Rothschild found out about this, he commissioned drawings of the chocolate bomb to circulate to the British public to make them aware of the similar threats. MI5 had discovered plans of lots of other explosive devices masked to be everyday things. So now our chocolate's got to 55 degrees. I'm adding in 100 grams of seed chocolate. So now I need to stir this until it reaches around 27-28 degrees. So sticking with Lord Victor Rothschild, he was a trained biologist from a very well-known banking family. And Rothschild actually had a lot of experience in foiling German plans to blow things up. He previously won the George Medal for defusing a bomb that the Germans had hidden in a consignment of onions sent from Spain. So after the British spies had uncovered the chocolate plot, Rothschild began a bit of a marketing campaign in England to try and make people aware of the dastardly tactics the Nazis were trying to use. Yeah, that was going to happen. Okay, so our chocolate's now down to temperature, and I'm going to start to try and make some chocolate bars. I don't think there's a way of doing this delicately, so I'm just going to try this. Okay, so I'm going to pour some chocolate into my mold, give ourselves a couple of lovely little chocolate bars. So I'm going to put these in the fridge to set. However, I think we can go further. So the chocolate bomb that the British found was disguised to look like a bar of the Swiss milk chocolate brand Peters. Now Peters was a Swiss chocolate maker who is credited as the inventor of milk chocolate in 1875. And he discovered this by essentially combining melted chocolate with dehydrated milk. So I'm going to try and make some milk chocolate. I'm going to start small, not really sure what the balance is here. Oh, it's looking grainy already. It's probably also worth saying that this wasn't the only sweet treat from World War II that was known as Hitler's secret weapon. In 1937, an American colonel tasked Hershey's with creating a high-calorie, durable chocolate bar for troops, one that could stand up to the high temperatures and hot climates of the Pacific. That's very grainy. Just gonna keep whisking, hope it all burns out. This resulted in the Field Ration D bar, designed to be unappetizing, calorie-rich, and pretty much indestructible. It was such a dense chocolate bar that the instructions stated it had to be soaked for 30 minutes before consumption. Hershey's actually went on to supply 3 billion bars of it during the war, and the bars were known as Hitler's secret weapon by the troops purely because they were so unappetizing. There were reports of soldiers chipping their teeth or having very bad gastrointestinal problems from eating them. So perhaps unsurprisingly, it's not quite as simple to make milk chocolate by just adding powdered milk to melted chocolate. I've been whisking for about 20 minutes now and it's still ever so slightly grainy. I've not really addressed the elephant in the room this whole time around how you can authentically recreate an exploding chocolate bar. I can't, but I figure even if I can't make this an actual bomb, I can at least make things go pop. So I've got some popping candy, mix that through a little bit, one more for luck. I'm going to retrieve now some of our milk chocolate, popping candy chocolate. Spread this out. So now I'm going to put this in the fridge to set. So that's going to set in the fridge, so let's just do a transition. Whoa! Half expected it to explode. Ah, I'm looking forward to this one. Chocolate time. It's got a really nice shine to it, actually. Ah, that's the snap I wanted to hear from tempered chocolate. It's so easy to remember what perfect bait for a human trap chocolate is. It's so tasty. However, it lacks danger. It's impossible to recreate this under safe conditions without testing out the popping candy chocolate first. I'm gonna go with this one. Can you hear this? As well as safely simulating the effects of explosive chocolate, the texture of the popping candy is covering up the grittiness from that milk powder. This is amazing. This chocolate may not be explosive, but it's damn tasty. So Hitler's plan may not have ended up in death by chocolate like he'd hoped for. Popping candy may not have quite the same impact as an explosive device hidden in a chocolate bar, but it's much nicer to recreate at home. Thanks for watching. If you're interested, I've got lots of other stupid videos about recreating food from history. Let me know in the comments if there's something else you'd like to see me recreate, and do consider subscribing for more.